This is a page from my sketchbook where I have attempted to animate the female reproductive cycle. On the top right, we see the human brain in cross-section. I've labeled the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. Both of these are important structures for the release of hormones in the human body. A hormone is a chemical messenger sent from one tissue or structure to another that causes some change in the tissue that receives it. On the top left, I've shown the amounts of hormones in target structures, the structures that receive the signal. These will rise and fall during the animation and illustrate the effects of these different hormones. On the bottom left, I've shown in cross-section half of the female reproductive system. We have the uterus, the oviduct, the ovary with an egg inside of it, and the endometrium, which is the internal lining of the uterus, and it is involved in pregnancy. The first thing that happens at the beginning of menstruation is the hypothalamus releases GnR, or gonadotropin-releasing hormone, which is received by the pituitary gland and causes the release of follicle-stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone by the pituitary gland. These hormones travel to the ovary. The follicle-stimulating hormone causes the follicle cells around the egg to grow. The follicle cells release estrogen, which prepares the endometrium for growth, though it does not cause growth by itself, and it helps breasts grow and develop. As the follicle cells increase, so too do luteinizing hormone levels. When luteinizing hormones reach the right level, this triggers the follicle cells to release the egg into the oviduct, which is called ovulation. Once luteinizing hormone reaches the level that triggers ovulation, it causes the follicle cells to become a structure called the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum releases estrogen and progesterone, which together cause the growth of the endometrium, preparing the female uterus for pregnancy, and they also inhibit the pituitary gland from releasing more follicle-stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. This does two things. The first thing it does is it prevents a second egg from being prepared and then ovulated, so it prevents fraternal twin pregnancy. The other thing that it does is, because luteinizing hormone levels decrease, it causes the corpus luteum to begin to degrade. The degradation of the corpus luteum causes a decrease in estrogen and progesterone. This causes the endometrium to now start to fall apart. It causes the egg to follow the endometrium out through the uterus, the cervix, and then the vagina. This is called menstruation. And if you recall, the beginning of menstruation signals the release of the GnR, gonadotropin-releasing hormone, which was the beginning of the cycle.